we are going to perform the exercise on contouring. So this is a very important exercise for civil engineers because this provides you the third dimension of the earth surface, and for almost all the projects we need to know the Z dimension. So contouring is a very important exercise for civil engineering for mapping purpose because it tells us the third dimension of the ground. So contouring and plane table, basically they are done simultaneously. So I will explain you how to take the observation and how to do the interpolation. Equipment which you are using, this is almost same which we are using for plane table. So we are using all the equipment required for plane table because plane table and contouring, they are done simultaneously. So here level and staff will play a great role. We can also use clinometer and clinopole to get the elevations of the different points. If the terrain is highly undulating, so in that particular case, here in place of level we will use a third light so that we can take vertical angle. So almost all the equipments like plane table, alidate, flag, tape, clinometer, clinopole, level, staff, third light. So all such equipment will be used in this exercise. So here in contouring, we use the basic principle of interpolation. And this interpolation is linear in nature. So what we do is we will take some measurements first, and after taking the measurements we will be doing interpolation, linear interpolation. But prior to that I would like to explain you what is the meaning of the contour. So contour is basically imaginary line of equal elevation. On the ground. So if I join several points on the ground with equal elevation by a smooth line, that particular line is known as the contour line. In a map, in an area, contour interval is kept constant. This is very important to be remembered, that contour interval is kept constant while carrying out the mapping for the area. Contour interval basically is the distance, is the elevation difference between two successive contours. So how to perform this particular exercise, I am going to explain you today that in the field when you are performing plane table, at the same time you have to get the elevations of various points. So when you are doing plane table observations of, say for example, tree, for example here is the well, has a pole, house. So we will like to know the ground elevations of different points because the ground is undulating. If you see the profile of the ground, it is something like this. The tree is here, the house is at this elevation, and you have some river at this particular point like this. So there are points with different elevation values. So here our job is to find out the elevations of these points. So while doing here on plane table, radiation method of plotting or intersection method of plotting. So when we are plotting the details by these two methods, radiation or intersection method in the field, at the same time we will like to know what is the elevation of this particular point, what is the elevation of this point, what is the elevation of the ground here, what is the elevation of the ground here. So we will take additional measurements which we call as the leveling, and we will use staff and level. If the ground is too much of undulating, then we will use staff and theodolite. If the object is very far off, in that case we are using clinophone and clinometer. So we determine the elevations of these various points using very simple technique. If we know the elevation of the point occupied by the plane table, small p, if I know the elevation of this point, and if I take the staff reading of this tree or a well or a pole or a house, I will calculate the elevation of the ground point. So this is a simple principle which we are using in leveling. Here also we are applying to determine the elevation of these points. So suppose the elevation of this base of the tree, which I have already plotted, elevation comes out to be 300.53 meter. Now we will determine the elevation of the well location. So elevation of the well location, suppose this comes out to be 301.24 meter. So we will write the elevation values on the plane table itself. Pole, this is the location of the pole, and suppose the elevation of the pole is 299.95. Corner of this house, if I take the elevation, and this comes out to be 301.54 meter. So if I know the elevation of the 4 points, I will see that there is a variation in the elevation. The minimum here is 299.95 and maximum here is 301.54. So maybe I can interpolate now. If I have to plot a contour of 300 meter, I can interpolate between 299 and this point. There will be somewhere some value as 300. I can also do some interpolation for 301 meter. So in that case the contour interval here will be 1 meter. So I know that this point is 299 and this point is 301. So 300 contour will somewhere pass in between this. This is 300.53 and this is 301.24. So if I join this line, 300 contour will pass somewhere here and 301 contour will pass somewhere here, and this is 301, this is 299.5. So if I join these two lines, my 300 contour will also pass somewhere here. So if I join a smooth kind of a line, of course we have to consider the shape of the earth, because while we are plotting the contours, we have to see the terrain, ups and downs in the terrain. So this is a contour of 301 meter from these observations. So you can do the linear interpolation between the 2 points. You can see the elevation difference, you can see the distance, and through linear interpolation we can draw the contours of different elevations. So once you take more elevations all around P, you can interpolate the contour of 299, you can interpolate the contour of 302, 303 and so on, depending upon the elevation values. So we are using here very simple principle of interpolation, linear interpolation. What we are assuming here, assumption here is ground is uniformly sloping. This is our assumption when we are doing linear interpolation. So if the ground is sloping like this, we know the elevation of this point A, we know the elevation of B point, and we can do a linear interpolation in B. So using linear interpolation technique in the entire area, we can join the points of equal elevation, and that is called contour. We should remember the properties of the contours while plotting the contours in the field itself. So you have to take the precaution that never ever plot the contours once you come back from the field. You have to plot all the contours in the field itself, looking at the shape, looking at the topography, looking at the properties of the contour. Number two, your interpolation is more accurate if you have more number of spot elevation. If you take very few spot elevation and try to interpolate the contours, maybe the shape is not correct, maybe you make mistake, maybe you have difficulty in interpolation. So while we are carrying out a plane table work in the field, you have to ensure that you have sufficient number of spot elevations. So while plotting the details at the same time, you have to note down the elevations of all the points, and at the same time, once you have sufficient number of elevations, you try to interpolate. So you use simple linear interpolation techniques, that the ground is uniformly sloping, we know the distance, we know the elevation of one point, we know the elevation of the 2 point. We can simply divide this distance and work out what will be the required elevation. So this is the way to do the contouring. So once you plot the contours, then maybe you can remove these elevation points. You only write the actual value of the contour. So this is the way contours are shown on the map. You have to, at the end, you have to write in your map what is the contour interval which you have selected for the mapping. So once you prepare this contour map, it has lot of application. You can generate a digital elevation model from these contours. You can generate a slope map. You can find out the direction of the flow. So these contours are very important for all our planning activities. So you have to be very careful while doing contouring, that you have sufficient number of elevation, your interpolation is correct, and you have plotted the contours in the field looking at the topography and the shape of the ground.